So this is what eventually became Tuxedo E30. This is my 1988 325 IS Coupe. I found this car down in Central Jersey. It was a project that wasn't running when I got it. I had it home for about a day and I got it running. But this car had been sitting for ages. This car was owned by one person who tried to get it up and running, who then sold it to another friend who tried to get it up and running, and the car had literally been sitting for well over 10 years. I think it was like 14, 15 years. This car was off the road, not running. So I cleared out the gas, put some fresh gas in it, refreshed a couple things with the motor, and didn't really take much. I had it running pretty much the day after I got it home. Gave it a nice little detail because it had some moisture in there and there's some mold growing. So steam cleaned everything, vacuumed the carpets, shampooed the carpets, headliner, everything was all cleaned up. So the block stripped completely. Well, the entire engine was stripped completely. As mentioned, PRR 15 on the block. It's a full upper and lower seal kit. And got to work. So here we are, starting with the basics. There's a couple steps that I've passed by to get to this point here, but now we're getting these studs out of the head. We've already cleaned the block. We've painted it with Pour 15. We're going to put new studs in with new gaskets for the stainless steel long tube headers that we have going on. And we're just trying to go about this the right way so we don't strip any of these threads. This motor that I purchased had, I think, about 230,000 miles on it, and it was in pretty poor shape. So that head had to come off. I had to go to the machine shop, obviously machine pressure tested, decked, cleaned up, all those good things. But we want to remove these studs and have them replaced, as well as the hardware. So we got some copper nuts on there with some brand new studs.
This is the water pump. See, it slides over the studs, but it doesn't compress all the way in. And there's nothing inside stopping it. Oh, this is strange. Never had this issue before.
Now at this point, the fresh head had come back from the machine shop, and we got everything done as far as the timing. We upgraded the cams, strict cams in there, and this is the proper torque procedure to get that head mounted. The best CSF. This one is for the Tuxedo E30 build. In that car, it's got a shaved bay, completely shaved bay. So there's a lot of things that I'm not going to have in there, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't running a bullshit end tank or a reservoir tank. So I had man Diago hook this up, full custom radiator using the CSF core, made perfectly to fit the E30 with the 24 valve swap. So I'll have enough space for my slimline fan, my small fan, and I'm not gonna have a little plastic reservoir in the car. I'm gonna have something that's, you know, nice and trim. This thing is beautiful.
Okay, press it. Let go. Let go. Press it. All right, you good.
So at this point, we've pretty much got everything buttoned up. The car has been fully wired. We're just going in, checking all the controls. This blower motor sounds absolutely atrocious. It's scary, but anyway. Mirrors work, turn signals work, the cluster works. Everything pretty much works. We're listening for sounds that sound abnormal. We're smelling, wiring to make sure that there's nothing burning. Just generally going through everything to make sure it all works, so that when we go out for this first drive, we don't run into any issues. And shortly we'll be preparing for the first start here. So now that we have all the wiring complete for the fan, the radiator is installed, and everything has been bled. This engine is running smooth, super smooth. Sounds really good. In this video, this was the first version of the exhaust before it was modified and fixed. It didn't sound terrible, but driving wise on the highway, it wasn't up to my standard. So eventually it gets fixed, but you'll hear now when we get on the accelerator, it sounds pretty good. So of course, now that it was up and running, our next stop was to go to Pro Dipper and have this entire car stripped down and painted from scratch. You know, funny enough, the original paint was pretty clean, but because I had to do some rust repairs in key places, it made sense just to strip it down and paint it from scratch. So I got the original Schwartz paint, BMW Schwartz, and you'll see shortly that it came out absolutely phenomenal. This is where the rust gets cut out of the quarters, and I have it rolled. Well, instead of having it rolled, we cut out that bead in the rear. Anyway.
Still gotta fix this here. This is gonna be last part. I'm gonna basically cut this piece bring it all up and do the same on the other side.
It's a misconception that Pro Dipper is only auto flex or what you guys consider Plasti Dip or something like that. Pro Dipper is a full service shop. It's full collision, full auto repair, and traditional paint. It's not just auto flex. Look how beautiful this BMP design kit came out fresh out the oven. Pro Dipper also did all of the rush repair. So rush repair, welding, full paint, installed the body kit, the whole 9 yards. He even shaved the bay on this car and did it with a nice ghost pearl with infrared. I think it's infrared ghost pearl or something like that. But yeah, you'll see the detail here. Clean! My God, look how clean this thing came out. Oh, Lord. And you can see like the attention to detail with the many layers of tape, the way that the thin tape and the wide tape and the paper and all these other technical things that I'm not familiar with. But I know detail when I see the detail. The way that they treated this thing when it was stripped down and painted was just top notch, especially for a shop, like I said, that has that misconception of only doing Autoflex, Plasti Dip, and things of that nature. So this thing came out pristine.
All right, so this is the plug for the turn signals, right? You have your horn, you have your fog, and that's the same plug for the parking signal right there while I'm shining my light. Now, I found this little wire here. There's two of them. Looks like they were cut, right? So I'm pretty sure that's the one for the small light that goes on the reflector over here. Now on this side, I don't see it. So we're gonna have to fetch and look and see where it went, because I don't see it anywhere here. So I'm gonna let you know.
had to throw it back a little bit today and build one of these mini hoods. Fun fact, I am actually the person behind these mini hoods. I created the first one like 13, 14 years ago. And then, of course, it just took off and got super played out. But, you know, I was asked to make one for an E30. I've seen everybody that's made one for an E30. They all look like fucking shit. Because everybody makes them squared and whatever the case is. So I took to designing one today. I got a little creative. Boxed it in here with the shape there. Nice little ledge there. And it follows the contour of the hood. It's not all big and dooky like most E30 ones. So that's it installed on the car. You can see how much better that looks than most people's. Most people literally fucking just shoot their straight across, covering half the valve, and just fucking stupid. Like, some people shouldn't try to build stuff if they don't have a fucking eye for it. Got that nice edge like that. From this side, it looks finished. Not a thin edge, just cut, you know? And then I did that little accent there where it curves in, just to give it a little bit more character and style. I wish I had taken a picture of this before I modified it. But, huge difference. This thing was hitting the trans before. It was hitting that pipe before. It was literally sitting on this. It was sitting on the sway bar, sitting on the subframe. Not to mention how fucking smashed up it was, but yeah, you can see I make that part. That I wasn't taking the fucking header off just to weld that. Fuck that. But I did, you know, everything else is tigged up. So now you don't have any more vibrations. Now I can build it from here all the way to that. Because that's the garbage that I took off of it. That abortion of fucking mid-pipe. A little better. And from here, we go from a 3-inch center pipe back to that Remus catback that he's got. Yeah.